Emarlado review. Is this broker a scam? When looking for a reliable broker, traders often focus on regulation, reputation, and transparency. But what happens when a company hides its true nature behind fake licenses and manipulated reviews? That's exactly what we found when investigating Emarlado. At first glance, Emarlado presents itself as a legitimate brokerage offering web trader access, 1 to 400 leverage, and multiple account types. But after digging deeper, we found serious red flags of fake regulatory license, a recently registered domain that doesn't match its claimed founding year, and Trustpilot reviews that seem artificially inflated. So, what's the real story behind Emarlado? Is it a trustworthy trading platform or just another offshore scam? Let's break it down and expose the truth. Emarlado review. General information about the broker. Key takeaways. Fake regulation. Emarlado is registered under MISA, which is not a real financial regulator. This means traders have zero protection. Shady domain history. The company claims to be around since 2021, but its domain was only purchased in October 2023, a major red flag. Suspicious reviews. Despite a high Trustpilot score, the reviews show signs of manipulation, with vague, generic praise and a suspicious lack of negative feedback. Limited trading platform. Only offering WebTrader is unusual, especially when most serious brokers provide MetaTrader 4 or 5. High minimum deposit. Every account type, even the lowest tier, requires a $250 deposit. This is a common tactic among scam brokers to extract money from clients upfront. Final thought. Every aspect of Emarlado raises suspicions from fake regulation to manipulated reviews and a sketchy domain history. The evidence strongly suggests this is not a broker you can trust. Emarlado review. Suspicious domain registration date. One of the first red flags with any broker is the age of its domain. Why? Because real, trustworthy brokers usually have a long-standing online presence, while scam platforms tend to appear overnight. So, let's look at Emarlado and see if the numbers add up. Domain versus established date. Something feels off. According to their own claims, Emarlado was established in 2021. Sounds decent, right? But here's the problem. The domain emarlado.com was only purchased on the 17th of October, 2023. That's a 2-year gap between the company's supposed founding date and the actual website registration. Now, let's think about this logically. Why would a financial services company wait 2 years to buy a domain for its brokerage? It doesn't make sense. Legitimate brokers establish their online presence from day one because their business depends on credibility and accessibility. This kind of discrepancy is a classic indicator of fraudulent operations. It suggests one of two things. They're lying about their establishment date, trying to appear more credible than they really are. The company didn't exist before 2023, meaning they just set up shop and are now trying to lure in victims. Either way, this is not the kind of timeline you want from a broker handling your money. And there's more brokers that suddenly emerge with a fresh domain, often follow a predictable pattern. They operate for a few months, scam as many people as possible, and then vanish, only to reappear under a new name. So, does Emarlado's domain history inspire confidence? Absolutely not. Emarlado review. Fake regulation. Another red flag. When trusting a broker with your money, regulation is everything. It's what separates legitimate firms from outright scams. So, what kind of regulatory oversight does Emarlado have? None that actually matter. MISA, a worthless regulator. Emarlado claims to be regulated by MISA, Mali International Services Authority. Sounds official, right? But here's the reality. This is a fake offshore regulatory body that provides zero real protection for traders. Let's break this down. MISA operates out of Comoros, a tiny island nation in Africa. It has no authority over financial disputes, meaning if Emarlado steals your money, you're on your own. It's commonly used by scam brokers because getting a license from them is as easy as filling out a form and paying a small fee. Now, ask yourself, if Emarlado were a real, trustworthy broker, wouldn't they seek regulation from a respected financial authority like FCA, UK, ASIC, Australia, or CySEC, Cyprus? Of course they would. But instead, they went for a completely meaningless offshore license that allows them to operate without consequences. Why fake licenses are a huge warning sign. A real broker welcomes strong regulations because they prove credibility. A scam broker, on the other hand, wants as little oversight as possible. They hide behind fake regulators like MISA, so they can engage in fraudulent activities without fear of legal action. So, what does this tell us about Emarlado? They don't want to be held accountable, and that's exactly why you should stay far away. Emarlado Review. Suspicious Trustpilot reviews. Are they fake? When checking a broker's reputation, one of the first places traders look is Trustpilot. But here's the catch: scam brokers know this too. That's why they flood review sites with fake positive feedback while trying to bury the real complaints. So, what do we see with Emarlado? The numbers are revealing. A good score, but something feels off. Emarlado has a 4.5-star rating on Trustpilot, which might seem impressive at first glance. But let's not be fooled. When we dug deeper, we found clear signs of manipulation. Most reviews are written in a generic, robotic style. Many of the 5-star reviews sound unnaturally similar, with vague praise about amazing trading conditions and fast withdrawals. Real traders tend to share specific experiences, both good and bad. Minimal negative reviews. Despite being a relatively unknown broker with questionable regulation, Emarlado only has 4 bad reviews out of 90 total. That's highly unusual. Most brokers, even legitimate ones, have a mix of feedback. Timing of reviews. Many of the positive reviews appear in clusters, suggesting they were posted in bulk, another classic sign of review manipulation. How scam brokers use fake reviews. It's a common trick. Scam brokers hire people or use bots to write fake reviews, boosting their Trustpilot score to appear trustworthy. Meanwhile, they try to report and remove real negative reviews from actual victims. This means that a high rating doesn't always equal credibility, especially when the broker's regulatory status is already questionable. What the real reviews say? The few bad reviews that exist tell a completely different story. Users complain about withdrawal issues, funds getting stuck, or withdrawals being outright denied. Poor customer service, no response once clients try to take out their money. Manipulative trading conditions, spikes in spreads, and sudden platform glitches that cause losses. And here's the final clue: when real traders call out Emarlado for being a scam, there's no response from the broker. A legitimate company would try to resolve complaints. A scam broker? They stay silent because they know they're guilty. Final thought. Trustpilot isn't always trustworthy. A 4.5-star rating might look good on the surface, but the details expose the truth. Emarlado is likely manipulating its online reputation, making it seem safer than it really is. And when a broker has to fake its credibility, that's all the proof you need to stay far away. Final verdict. Emarlado is a high-risk, likely scam broker. After analyzing Emarlado from every angle, the evidence is overwhelming. This is not a broker you can trust. The red flags are impossible to ignore. Fake regulation. Emarlado claims to be licensed by MISA, an offshore regulator with zero oversight or trader protection. Real brokers seek licenses from trusted authorities like the FCA, ASIC, or SISEC. Suspicious domain history. The company claims to have been established in 2021, yet its domain was only registered in October 2023. Why the delay? Because this broker likely did not exist before then, a classic scam tactic. Manipulated Trustpilot reviews. A 4.5-star rating looks good on paper, but when reviews are generic, repetitive, and clustered together, it's clear they are fake. Meanwhile, real users report withdrawal issues and poor support, high deposit requirements, and basic platform. Every account type requires a $250 minimum deposit, yet the broker only offers WebTradero weak, easily manipulated platform compared to MT4 or MT5. What does this mean for traders? Emarlado fits the profile of a typical offshore scam broker. It uses fake credibility to lure traders in, collects deposits, and likely prevents withdrawals once you try to cash out. If you're considering investing, stay away. And if you've already deposited funds, withdraw immediately if they even let you. Final warning: this is not a broker you can trust.